One thing about model railroading, you'll always be adjusting scenery and track plans. I'll tell you my latest track plan change and why I did it right here on the mill run in Western Maryland. So welcome back to my channel. I'm Chris, and if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll notice in the back part of my layout there are some twists and turns where the track wraps around a mountain then enters a tunnel. I liked this setup because it broke up the circle of track feel. But I found out later that it was going to be a problem. I began to notice some of my locomotives struggling in the tunnel coming from the backside of my layout. I thought maybe there was a slight grade, but it was perfectly level. I cleaned the track, thinking maybe some oil got on the track from a locomotive. My locomotives would still stall in the tunnel. This led to shorter trains or double headers. After a lot of experimenting, I decided to take out the S-turn and make it a straight stretch of trackage. The reason I was having so much trouble was because the train was pulling the cars through multiple curves, turning different directions. This was creating a drag on the locomotive and was causing it to stall. On the Mill Run and Western Railway, we called it a kink. And to give you an idea of what a kink is, let's get sidetracked a little. In the 1950s, my grandfather built a homemade railway around his property. The locomotives were built out of spare parts he had laying around, and the rail came from an abandoned mine. He called the railway the Mill Run and Western. Because of the lay of the property and tight spaces he had to navigate, it required the locomotives to either be short wheelbase or articulate. One of the turns in the track was extremely sharp and literally was like pulling the cars through a kink and caused a good deal of drag. You can see what I mean in this clip. Now let's see that again a little slower. Though crude and unconventional, this little railway actually operated on this track for over 50 years without changes to the kink. It's really a credit to the little locomotives and my grandfather's creativity to have built such durable machines to endure such conditions. So moving back to the layout, I started my adjustments by removing the backstretch of track. Since I can't get to the back of my layout very well, or really at all, I pre-ballast my track. I used the same process as I did in my ballasting video, which I will link at the end of this video as well as in the description below. I laid out some paper towels so as not to make a mess and potentially salvage any loose ballast. Then I set to work. Next, I installed the new track. I moved my mountain forward as well as added some shrubbery and some trees to the back part of the mountain to make it seem like it was more of a cliff or a ravine. It actually turned out better than I had planned and added a little bit more excitement to my layout. Having the train disappear on different sections of your layout can give it a feel like it's actually bigger than it is. I now enjoy watching the train suddenly appear out from behind this mountain. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode and our little trackside story. It might have even answered some questions as to why I call my layout the Mill Run in Western Maryland. Please consider liking this video, and don't forget to check out my other videos I have on my channel. So until next time, I'm Chris with the Mill Run in Western Maryland Railway. Thank you for watching.